Hi, welcome. Simon here and hope you're doing well. In this video, I'll walk you through step by step on how to do a screen replacement on an iPad 8 generation. If you're not sure what model that is, take a look at the back of your iPad here. You should be able to see that it says A2270. That is the 8th generation. Alright, so in this process, I like to kind of pre-educate you before I go ahead and start replacing the screen. This is the replacement screen, the 8th generation. You can use the 7th generation, they are the same. Now the home button on the iPad, I'll be transferring over to the new screen because I like to keep using the Touch ID. That sensor ID has to be original, that you can transfer it over to the new screen. That's pretty much it. The rest of it we can reuse, like the LCD and whatnot. So let's go ahead and turn off the iPad. We are just going to replace the glass itself. Always safety first, because we are dealing with broken glass. They can be really tiny, small glass that fly into your eyes or your face. So always have the safety first, protective eye gear. You got to put it on. Next is the heat gun. I'll be using the heat gun. If you do not have one, you can use or borrow from your sister or your mom a hair dryer. You can use hair dryer. The goal is to kind of heat up the iPad. What I'm trying to do is to warm the iPad up so that I can remove the broken glass. I'll be using the prying tool here. So this is the metal prying tool to go in between that broken glass and separate them. I'm not going to fast forward or cut corners. I'm not saying cut corners, but I'm not going to speed up my repair to make this video look easy. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do my regular slow tutorial speed, the pace that I'm going to do in this repair, so you can see from start to finish how long does it take to get this done. If you feel like this might be too much for you, the repair can be too difficult for you, then you might want to get a professional or somebody like me, myself, or in your whatever country, get somebody to do it for you. Okay, but if you feel like you can do it yourself, try to save some money, yeah, follow along the video and hopefully you can get it change out the broken screen. You see that I'm moving around the corner. I'm not stopping in one position like that. I'm moving around with the heat gun. The reason is because I do not want the heat overheating the iPad and start damaging the internal part of the screen. So that's the reason why I keep moving around, so that the heat does not stay concentrated in one area. Alright, as you can see that my glass is really bad. It's shattered into thousands of pieces. So this may take me a while to separate them or to kind of get underneath that glass. But I'll do my best here and share my knowledge with you, how I'm gonna do it and so on. Okay, so as you can see, I work on the top right corner, or depending on how you look at it. If you look at it this way, I'm starting on my top left corner. I'm heating the side corner while I'm working at it, so you don't have to heat up the whole iPad and start peeling in one side. By the time when you get to the bottom part here, it's going to be cold, right? And the adhesive is going to get hardened. So what I'm trying to do right now is to warm the adhesive tape, to soften the adhesive tape so that it can easily be separated. That's the whole goal. So you can always come back and reheat it again, come back and redo it again and again and again. So work your way around it. And you don't have to heat up everything at one go. So you see that little black thing? That would be the adhesive that Apple installed. Is really sticky, gooey, and it's hard to get it out. Just take your time, be patient with that, work little by little. If you're not sure where to buy the tools or the replacement screen or the accessories for the repair, if you're not sure where to find them, I have listed them down in the description below. It would direct you to either Amazon or eBay where you can find a replacement part. Alright, so go ahead and check down in the description below. That's when I will list them out for you. Alright, so with that being said, I'm working on the corner now. When you come to the bottom section right here, you want to pay a close attention to, because the Wi-Fi antenna is underneath the bottom here, as well as the home button cable. So the home button cable wire is running across the screen at the bottom right. What you want to do is pay a close attention to, try not to cut that flex cable. And here on the bottom left is the Wi-Fi antenna, so just be very careful when you come to the bottom section right here. Alright, we have it, flip it over. As you can see that the wire, the flex cable, not the wire, is right around the corner here on the iPad, so that is been removed. Here you can see that the bracket has this little white glue. This little thick white glue here is part of the Apple that they installed to stick it onto the glass. So we're gonna use like a crazy glue later on in this video, like a super gel glue, to re-glue it back together as well. You're gonna come back and clean off all these tiny little pieces that is still stuck in between that little home button, because yeah, you need to clean it off so that it can sit properly and sit it flush right next to the screen. Okay, at this given point, I am going to cut this flex cable here. This flex cable belongs to this the screen digitizer. We do not need the whole screen to work with. It is okay to cut it off. We do not need that screen flex cable. We are changing out with the new screen. Alright, now we can remove and throw that away. Okay, that's pretty much it. We have removed the screen. What I like to do is to clean it up. I always like to have a clean working environment so that the danger of all this broken glass is not going to be around. Okay. Alright, so we have done the crazy part. The next step, I need to change my gloves. Alright, so the next step I like to point out to you is we got to remove the screw, the hidden screw here. there's a little tape that is taping down that screw, so go ahead and remove it. Just use a regular Phillips screwdriver, that should do it. And there's another one here on the top left corner. Alright, so the next step I like to do is to get a tweezer, and what I'm doing right now, let me show it to you. Let me cut it so that you can see it better. Okay, so what Apple did, they put this black gooey stuff, which is like a kind of a glue that is holding down the LCD. Even if you remove that screw, the LCD screen would not come off because of that gooey stuff is taping down the screen. So what I'm initially doing right now is to kind of scoring that rubber, that adhesive glue. I'm just scoring it and separating that LCD with that little thing. Okay, come back here and do the same on the other side. Okay, I should be able to lift it up now. And here I'm going to remove another 2 screws at the bottom. So there are 4 screws in total. And now you can have the screen standing up straight. And we go ahead and remove the 3 screws. Once you've removed the screws, remove the bracket, and go ahead and disconnect the LCD screen. They are just like Lego. You snap on, when you lift it up, that will disconnect the screen. There's a reason why I say cut off the LCD screen, because we do not need them. These are the cable, that flex cable was still connected to it. You can just cut it off, and we're going to throw this away anyway. Alright, very good. So we are done with that process. Here comes the new screen. But before I do that, let me go ahead and shake it off. There's too much broken glasses. All the small pieces are still there. You want to take the chance here to clean it off, so that when you apply the new adhesive, then the tape will stick it better. Okay, so just clean off all the side, the little gunk. Okay, once we have done with that process, the next step I like to do is to transfer the home button over to the new screen. I might have to remove this plastic. This is a level to make it evenly on that, but because the home button has the white one on it already, so it's easier for me to use the original. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is to position the home button, and I like to find that sweet spot where the clicker would go in. So just readjust, making sure the clicker is clicking OK. Okay, once you find that sweet spot, the next step is to get yourself this super glue, this tiny little drip. You just want to have a tiny little glue where you can glue the home button. All you have to do, just do a tiny little drop, nothing big, maybe like half a drop, like half a size of a grain rice. Okay, really tiny drop, that should be enough, like half a size of a rice. Okay, I'm letting the bracket to settle down. I can feel like they're getting hardened. Next step is to reconnect the flex cable for your digitizer. And here comes the LCD screen. Have the bracket to go back in with the 3 screws. Okay, now you can put the LCD screen back on. Make sure you have all the screws. There are 4 screws that screw back onto this LCD. Okay, once you have done with that process, the next step I like to do is to add the adhesive. This is a red double-sided adhesive. I know that the new screen comes with pre-installed adhesive tape. That tape is not strong enough, I can tell you that. You may stick it on, it probably maybe lasts you like for a week or 2, and you can start seeing the new screen with just falling apart. So I like to use this third-party red adhesive tape. This tape is stronger and it hold down the new screen a lot better. Alright, so I'm just running across that base, the iPad base here. Okay. Alright, that's pretty much it. What I like to do is to turn on the iPad, making sure everything is working, take a final look at it. I do notice that there's something in there. Alright, that looks good. See if the home button works. Okay, as you can see, everything is working just fine. Alright, so let me go ahead and finish up the rest. The rest is very simple. Pretty much you just have to tape them down, peel off all this double-sided tape. Okay, so I'm going to align the top left corner and the bottom left corner. Let's just align them on the side first. Come back here and I'm going to remove that tape. Finally, what you like to do is to get a metal prying tool. You just want to kind of push this flex cable, tuck it in, right? That is the LCD screen flex cable. I just like to tuck it in so that it doesn't stick out on the side of the iPad. All right, there you have it. I just replaced the entire screen. Everything looks good. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're able to fix the iPad, please comment below. I'd like to hear from you and see what is your input. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye now.